Everyone's like, what did he do? Why did he get suspended? What did I do? I don't know. I violated YouTube's policies, guys. Somehow. What happened? Is it the audio? It could be the audio. I'll turn on this. Okay, it looks like we're back there. ID cards of people, is that the issue? Oh, okay. I guess I'm doxing the... Literally, I'm using Google, their own friggin' website, to do my research. YouTube owns Google, you know? And apparently you're not allowed to Google... But that's fine. I'm just gonna restart the YouTube stream here as well, I guess. Okay. And then let's see if we'll find the streams here. Hello, franchise. Hello, Lol Nabila. You're the top fan, apparently. I don't know what that does for YouTube, but glad to have my top fan here. I don't know. Is the YouTube stream up? Yeah, but I don't want the GTA font. That's not... I want something similar, but I don't want the exact friggin' GTA font. Okay. Bro, I also do these type of jobs. What the hell happened to your stream? I think it was because I was showing the driver's licenses of people. So Google or YouTube was like, oh, that's not good. You can't dox these people. Even though I was literally just showing what was publicly available on friggin' Google. I did not have a feeling that would happen, but it's like YouTube owns Google, right? I mean, Google owns YouTube. I'm using Google. I type in ID card onto YouTube. I'm not searching for a specific person or anything. This is all publicly available information available through a literal single Google search, and they shut down the stream for it. What kind of backwards rule is that, dude? Royalty-free clip art. We're gonna love that. This is not final. I'm just throwing some shit together to have for the testing, so it just looks a little bit more personable. They're going crazy with the ads. Sounds possible, dude. Like filter noise. Yeah, I don't know. I don't watch that much YouTube. And if I do, I have ad block on. So, you guys think I should look up more ID cards? Probably a good idea, right? Bro, say something? What, you can't hear me? Are you deaf? We can hear you, but you use less talk. Well, I only talk when I want to talk. That's the thing with me, you know? Now, if you guys ask interesting questions, then maybe I'll consider talking more. But as it stands, I do not speak unless spoken to. Except for when I do. In which case I talk. I was out of mana. What was I supposed to do? Huh? What was I supposed to do? I was out of mana. R Sigma male. No. Male R Sigma? R Sigma male. R. Wait, what the... I mean, it was masking just earlier. The fuck? Okay, there we go. Oh. What happens with chat? It's sometimes with the YouTube viewers, when the YouTube viewers say like controversial shit, they just get auto banned. By the way, my YouTube stream got shut down because I was doxing people I was looking up driver's licenses for like a reference photo, and I was showing like California licenses, and my YouTube stream got shut down. It was cinema, absolute cinema. Okay, and then we're gonna forget our by the way, guys, just make sure you go into franchise's profile and hit report. Also, Bruwai, you haven't you didn't upload his latest Slorb video, right? Mega Slorb, because Mega made a good Slorb video. I mean, Slorb clip. Sorry, it's not a video, of course. It's a clip. You have 7 followers, though. You got another follower. That's epic. You're employed now? You got a summer job? Yeah, but I thought, I mean, you know, if the videos are literally cut and edited for you already, I don't think anyone else has the password to the account. I mean, if you get the videos just handed to you already edited, would you be able to upload them? Like, obviously, people wouldn't be doing any of the clipping or whatever. They could do all the editing for you, and you just get the videos and put it up on your Lord clips. This is the game you made? I want link of this. Well, the game's not out yet. I'm working on it right now. We're gonna see now if I change my... if I give myself a hat. No, you're misunderstanding franchise. You haven't seen Slorb clips. Go find Slorb clips on TikTok, and you'll see what we're talking about. Maybe franchise can be the Slorb clips editor, huh? So I give myself like top hat or something. Right, headwear. Bowler hat, something. Yeah, it doesn't do it. Okay, because it's not connected. Yeah, okay. Pretty sweet. Okay. It's Chenis Bay. Ah, shit. Okay. I mean, appreciate the follow, but... Based. I'm gonna check it out. Do you think it's gonna do well? What's your professional slurb opinion on it? Okay, so like middling performance. Oh my god, dude. Freaking slorb clips. Is there another account that has like similar kind of clips? Like, is this a thing that you're basing this on, or did you just come up with the idea of making slorb clips on your own? Does the hotbar take up the same space? No, so the hotbar is single slot. I'll show you how it works in just a second. Wait, let's not, let's, I don't know, I'm just gonna... Average penguin height. I'm just typing some shit up. It literally has no effect. Weight, fat ass. Average weight is between 22 and 45, so 30 kilos was pretty good. I don't know, it's just placeholder shit. It's completely pointless. It's just to make it look like there's something in there. I don't know. Okay. I'll show you what I did. You're watching Slorb Clips. Slorb Clips. Yeah, so let's go to the gun store. So basically, you buy, let's say, bazooka, put that in, look how sleek that is, marking up. And then we buy a crossbow, and we can buy the chemistry beaker as well, right? And then we go into the backpack, and you're like, oh shit, but the bazooka takes up 4 slots. That means it's gonna take up the whole action bar. But we put this here, and that goes there, nice. Okay, we'll put that there. And then this one, and look now, when we approach the hotbar, aha! It automatically reduces in size because it fits into the hotbar. But then it doesn't rescale itself after you've put it in, but... So, makes sense? So I can either put a large table in my backpack, taking my vanilla stuff, and then... No, so the thing with the backpack is that it's like a hot link. So I'm gonna recolor these to show that these are the items in your hotbar. So like, just because this is in your hotbar doesn't mean it's not in your backpack. The backpack is just the storage. This is like a quick access. It's not like in Minecraft where in Minecraft you'll basically use the hotbar as another extra space of storage, right? It's not the same here. This is basically saying that this is all your carry weight. So you can imagine that some of this is being like carried on the side, some of this is being carried in the backpack or whatever. And by you saying this, you're saying this is out at all times. This is always accessible. So that's sort of the difference. But the actual backpack is what decides how much you can carry. The hotbar is just a way to access the stuff that's in your bag. Which I think is a neat way to sort of ensure there's some consistency with with the way that inventory items are stored. I'm gonna copy this, and then we'll scale down the I need to get a new shader for the ID card generation because it looks like ass right now, but we'll probably do a like far larger grid, or at least down the road have a larger grid or like scalable grid size or something. But maybe a limited inventory item size is like good. I don't know. We'll find out in testing how it feels to carry shit around. The primary thing that I want to avoid is having players like hot switching items insanely fast. I guess we can change this to just be like weight, overweight, and stuff. Just for like fun. Weight, overweight, strength, weak. So this I could imagine like this shit would be like character specific, and this up here would be like just base stats. I could imagine that being something that makes sense. So you'd get this ID card and it would just be generated for your character from the get-go. Height, dwarf. Yeah, but I'm thinking like these are numbers, whereas these are like opinions and stats that you can gain or lose over time depending on what you're doing. So like if you don't go to the gym that often, you're not going to be a strong penguin. If you eat a bunch of garbage hamburgers, your penguin's literally going to grow fat. Which I can show you, like you can make a penguin fat. I'll just fix the freaking sun here because this... but if I put down the... there. These little lights are always annoying. There. So, like, if we have this penguin here, and then we'd implement like a fat element to this, what we could do then is we can say that the scale he's quite fat now. He's got a little bit of a belly compared to like a normal penguin. Wrong skeleton. But yeah, I mean you can see that would be sort of the effect of maybe eating too many burgers. Your penguin literally getting fat. I think that would be kind of funny. Would be kind of funny. Fat penguins are cute though. Yeah, but I'm saying like, if you eat too many burgers, too much fast food in my game, your penguin just gets fat. Too much pizza. Penguin preview. Right. It would enjoy its life, but it would probably suffer from heart disease, you know? But that's okay. Okay, I think this should now update the penguin preview. Oh, and also the clothing. Can you make disease in your game? I mean, I could, but I don't know what kind of disease I'd want to make. Just pneumonia, lumbago. Do it Red Dead Redemption 2 style. What did you get? Tuberculosis? Oh, hello, Nebula. What's up? Yeah, it is, isn't it? Globular stream. Hmm. See. Um. So we have the, I mean, we have the buying of weapons. What would make sense at this point is honestly, why is it lagging so much? Oh, I think I know. Yeah, it's just endlessly making previews. I've been working on the inventory system a bit. Made a little bit, I don't know. I'm just throwing together some shit to make it look a bit more presentable, honestly. For if I ever pull up the inventory, like in a test video, I don't want it to look like absolute and utter total shit. So I'm doing a little bit of changes there. But it seems like my my heuristic here didn't quite work out for... And we'll do this. Hello, Rohal, Sraf, Tarar, I'm just gonna go grab a glass of water. All right. Okay, let's think about, you know, because we've got some shit together now. But I think what we should start thinking about now is what's necessary for testing. And so in that sense, I mean, what I would want is I'm thinking some kind of property owning, right? Gonna be quite an interesting thing to... Sorry, dude. Let's think about this. Okay, so we can sketch up some ideas for it. How would one structure owning property in this game? I guess essentially I'm wondering if we'd have to make a distinction between apartments and villas, or if those are two sides of the same coin. I guess they would be two sides of the same coin, wouldn't they? Like, essentially, assuming identical layout for all property, you'd have, I don't know, let's say you have like a villa, right? Then you'd have, this would be Villa A, and then you'd have Villa B, which is same identical layout, just in a different spot, but it's still, you know, in this area where there's like a road that goes through or whatever, right? And then this would be C, and then whatever, Villa D. And these are all identical layout villas. I don't know, for clarity, let's just make it more rectangular. Right? And this is one block of houses, okay? And this is how I think we have to think of property. So when you buy a property, you buy the right to property within an area. You do not buy the right to the property of a specific house, because we cannot assume that when you connect to a server that that house will not be occupied. We can't guarantee that. But assuming there isn't a slot, you'll use a fallback, which is, okay, so last time you were playing, you were owning this house. And then when you reconnect, it turns out that this house is already owned by another player. And so you shift over to the next available house, which ends up being B. And then you get filled in there. Now the furniture you own is a global inventory, and similar to how the hotbar works for the bag, furniture works too for the house. So the house pulls out of the global storage, but it doesn't consume the furniture, which means that if you buy a house and an apartment, you can use the same furniture across both properties without issue. And then if we have example B, which these are houses here, you'd have an apartment building, right? Has a door. And then apartments in here would be, you know, maybe they'd be separated by floor, maybe there'd be whatever. So you'd have, okay, let's say for example, we'd have apartment A, B, C, D, E, and so on and so forth, up until the final one, which could be a penthouse. So in that sense, I mean, you'd have the penthouses in another separate group, assuming you have different apartment layouts. But I think like having, okay, so maybe there's like 3 penthouses in town. So this would be a 2 in this scenario, which would go on with more buildings. And this would be X2. And these apartments here would maybe correspond to any of the other buildings as well in that sense, right? So these would also continue and be X, Y, and Z. I don't know if anyone's following along with this, but I'm talking out loud at least for my own sake. But then in this scenario, this would be a group in which you'd have the same sort of system as with the villas. And then this would be a group. And that's just how you like spawn in with your apartment and what you're paying for. I think that makes sense. If we're trying to go for a per character save and not like a per world save, this is the sort of approach we need to take for ownership of property. So when you load into a server, assuming you own multiple properties, let's assume you own a villa and an apartment. How would such a thing get handled? Is it the latest one you lived in? Do you, like you go and claim a different house? You go to like the residential offices or the real estate offices, and you say, I'd like to move now, and then that transfers your shit to another house? Because I'm assuming you'd only ever have one property active at a time. You wouldn't be able to own a villa and an apartment at the same time in one server. There'd have to be some sort of a limit, which could be explained in-game as there being a housing crisis in Penguin Springs. That's making sense to me. Okay, so one property owned at a time. Or not one property inhabited at a time. So one inhabited property. X owned properties load Okay, so here's the problem, okay? And I can understand why GTA opted for I have an idea. I have an idea. Okay, here's an idea. There can be an abundant amount of normal apartments. Let's say there's freaking 60 plus normal apartments, like an insane amount. Okay, lots and lots of apartments. And assuming no housing is available, let's say there are only so many of these really fancy residential houses. Assuming you join a server and none of these are available, you'll default to a rental apartment, but because of your ownership, rent is free for that session. Like, I'm just trying to think in like ways that feel immersive, but also like I don't want it to feel like you've gotten all this progress of like owning a freaking mansion and then you connect to a server and you can't even use your mansion. But then also it's like, do I have freaking 32 mansions to support a possibility of 32 players playing at the same time, all of them inhabiting a mansion? That makes the mansion feel kind of not special anymore. Is anyone listening to this? Does anyone have any thoughts about what could be done to alleviate this? Am I on to nothing here by saying that an apartment, a cheap rental apartment would be like the fallback, the default fallback for property ownership for a property that when you connect you cannot like claim? Like in this scenario, you'd have like, okay, you connect, you try to join the yellow A, you move to B, B is already occupied by green, so you move over to C, which is occupied by blue, so you move over to D, which is occupied by green, or yellow-green, and then the fallback fallback free, because you shouldn't have to pay rent, but it's also like kind of ass that you don't like you spend all this money on a freaking house, or you're gonna have a bunch of players who like connect, disconnect, connect, disconnect because they're not getting the house they want when they're connecting. Because I absolutely despise instancing. That's the thing. I could solve all of this if all the houses were instanced, which is what they do in GTA, and it's also what they do in, I mean, World of Warcraft is going to get housing now. They do it in Club Penguin. It's always instanced houses, which means that they don't have any real world space. But at the same time, if you want to cater to real world space, you'd have to, I don't know, if I'm considering myself a player, if I truly cared about playing the game, I wouldn't care about having my specific house. I would probably play single player. If you absolutely desire your one house, you can still own it in single player, but it might be occupied in multiplayer, and that's gonna have to be fine. Like playing Dark RP, there's people who buy up the mansion, and you can't buy it because they own it, and that's fine. Okay, so assuming this, you'd inhabit one property at a time, you'd own X amount of properties, or any amount of properties. When you connect to a server,
You try to load into your inhabited property. If that fails, you attempt to load into any of the identical types of that inhabited property. If all of those fail, then you don't just default back to an owned property, but instead you fall back to this default free rental. And then if you want to move from there, you can just say, hey, I want to move to this. And we'd always maintain the sort of decoration status for each property. So we, you know, if you owned X properties, that would be X amount of different decorations that we'd maintain in a save file for you. I think this is making sense. Need to see Right. Okay. I'm just gonna look over the housing system because I don't know how I set it up. Class house decoration camera. The furniture manager, I think. Yeah. You should put in these elevator dudes here. I guess like these apartments here, they'd be decorated with some like default interiors and then switched out. But yeah, because the entire housing system is built on the fact that it's the owner. Like, I don't think there's any spawn though. I think it's just instantiate. Right? Yeah. Okay, I mean, there is furniture transform data for the hashed scene name. We could use that. We could leverage that for housing. I mean, okay, I could imagine this. So instead of instantiating here, I think there's like send furniture state. Yeah, here. So the send furniture state. From all to all. Right, because then anyone could send a furniture state and say, hey, this furniture is here now. Ripe for hackers though, but we could maybe prevent that, I guess. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna think more about this. But I want to start testing soon as possible. And I think for testing, if we have properties, buying guns, and buying cars, if we have those three things, we have a pretty good start, I would say, for what would constitute basically proper testing. Of course, I'd still have to network all the cars, which I haven't done yet. But if we have that shit, we can sort of muck about a little bit. But I am gonna end the stream early today. So I will be saying thank you all for tuning in today. It's been a very short stream, only 4 hours today. But I'll be back tomorrow. Full swing. We'll start on time tomorrow. But until then, I wish you all a good rest of your day. And I'll see you all tomorrow. So have a good one. And see you guys. Bye 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 bye.